I am deeply honored to be selected as the 2023 Florida Music Educator of the Year. What a true pleasure and surprise to be considered as a leader in the field of music education. I celebrate every educator joyfully teaching music each week, making meaningful musical memories, and cultivating creativity in their school, community, and classroom. What makes me most proud is the sound of my students making music without me, working independently, creating something beautiful and intentional. What makes me the most proud is listening to my students collaborate and connect with their peers, making something unique. What makes me most proud is seeing my students continue to pursue music outside of our classroom walls. And what makes me most proud is seeing a student achieve a personal musical milestone, from a small musical moment to grand leaps. I couldn't be more proud. The recent buzz of this esteemed award is great, but even more important is the message of music for all of Florida's students. That's even more important. I feel honored to have the opportunity to share the message of advocacy for music in our schools. On many platforms, I do feel it is an honor. Advocacy of music education ensures that music will continue well beyond my teaching journey. This is the legacy I hope to leave behind. Let the music continue to change our students' lives one note at a time. I believe that music education makes a difference.
I feel special to be in this class with her.
That's cute. What else you got? Is there anything else that, let's say Miss Chick was, she's not listening, but if she was and she was watching this, what would you want her to hear?
I would want her to hear that, I would want her to hear me saying the truth, and the truth is that she's the best and no one can compare to her.
Oh, you sound awesome. Best chorus singer ever.
Hello, I'm Vivian Gonzalez. I'm the orchestra director at Miami Art Studio 612 at Zelda Glazer, and I am so honored to have received the award of Secondary Music Teacher of the Year for the Florida Music Education Association. It's such an honor to be a representative for our community of music educators who work so hard every day to make sure that they give access, opportunity, and inclusion to all of our students in the state of Florida, and that we really emphasize to everyone how important music education is. I'm a child of a first-generation teenage mom and a Cuban exile father, and without music in my life, I'm not really sure what my life would be. I was lucky enough to have the music community in Miami and my public school music teachers really rally around me, find my talent, and encouraged me to pursue my dreams, which was to be a musician and a music educator. I really believe that music is essential to all of our students, and through music we change the lives of our students, and by changing their lives through music we're changing the world one student at a time. I think it's so important that we share our students' stories and that they get to experience the music of their culture as well as the music that's around them every single day. I'm so excited to be a bridge for my students and my colleagues to make sure that all of them have access, opportunity, and inclusion in music classrooms, whether it's in Miami, in the state of Florida, or across the nation. I really believe that music changes the world, and through our students and their stories, we're changing the world. It's an honor to be the Florida Music Education Association Secondary Music Teacher of the Year. Thank you so much.
Good morning. Greetings to all our fellow Florida music educators. My name is Deborah Marr, and I'm pleased and humbled to accept this award. I offer my sincere gratitude to my family, the Florida Vocal Association, the amazing FEA District 16, my colleagues at Southwood Middle School, and Mr. Angel Marchese for this nomination. Much has changed since I began teaching, but the most important things have remained the same. Those being my belief that music is for every child and to create pathways to mentor other young music educators along their unique journeys. As a young novice teacher, I search for ways to grow professionally and engage my students. Florida Vocal Association has offered those opportunities through musical events, professional developments, and leadership opportunities. My mentors are long gone now, but I think of them daily and their positive impact on my life. There is a large banner hung on my classroom wall. On it is a compelling question: how big is your world? I challenge my students to think outside their immediate environment. I challenge them to consider how their beautiful music might have a higher purpose. I trust that their musical experiences will build confidence, courage to find their place in this world, and a sense of belonging and value. My joy comes when I see my students performing in their respective high schools and colleges. My joy comes when I see my former interns thriving in their new careers as music educators. My joy comes when I see attendees inspired and moved by conference sessions. My joy comes when I receive a letter from a parent stating that choir saved their son's life. Today, I celebrate with you my journey as a music educator, as well as the journey of my past and present students, colleagues, and mentees. Find your joy.
Good morning. The past few years have undoubtedly been difficult for our profession. Yet for me personally, it's given me time to develop a more profound appreciation for the choral art form. One that I've had to describe on many occasions as being the centuries-old tradition of unison, athletic breathing in large groups. What sets choir apart from our instrumental cousins is the inclusion of words. Within the reading chorus room at this very conference, students are engaged right now in singing the following empowering texts. From James Weldon Johnson, best known as being author of Lift Every Voice and Sing, we're singing a sonnet of his where he wrote, "Look up and out beyond surrounding clouds, and do not in thine own gross darkness grope." From John Greenleaf Whittier, a 19th century abolitionist, we are singing, "But let me keep a heart that still can feel and eyes that still can weep." And finally, from a high school poet in Minnesota, whose words were recently set to music, "A place we can call our own, make our own, a place to live, grow, and be." Every student, every person deserves a chance to study, repeat, feel, and voice empowering texts like this with their peers in choral unison. I find myself in a unique position at the University of West Florida and with the Choral Society of Pensacola to interact regularly with singers from junior high age up to retired senior citizens living their best life. I enjoy witnessing each stage of musical development and watching each age of singer connect differently with such empowering texts. Thank you to Liz Phillips, former student Leo Irby, and my colleagues Charlie Smoke, Sheila Dunn, and Corey McKern, and to the Florida Music Educators Association for this incredible award. This award, while appreciated on a personal level, has helped to bring important administrative attention to the value of what we all do in our music classrooms. Thank you.
The musician Bono once said, "Music can change the world because it can change people." I want to add to that it can also change school culture. My name is David Alfonso, and I am so honored to receive Florida's Music Education Association Principal of the Year Award. Truly, it is an honor to me because I place music education as one of the top things that a school needs to provide to its students. You see, here at Palm Beach Lakes Community High School, our band, our chorus, our drama department, it feeds the souls of our kids. The reason why our kids, especially in those programs, come to school is because of those incredible teachers, because of what they are learning in those classes. And let me tell you, what they learn in those classes helps them become great people. Let me explain. A lot of times people will say, "Oh, sports, and we have to put sports." Yes, sports has its place, but maybe they don't realize that my music program sends more students to college with full scholarships than any of my sports programs. That's a fact. But not only that, it provides them with the confidence to do their best. So again, I want to say I am so honored to be selected as the Florida Music Association's Principal of the Year. And I truly want to just say thank you and everyone for all that you do for kids. And it is an honor to represent you.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Peggy Jones and I am the school board chair here in Indian River County. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you for this wonderful award. I'm absolutely thrilled and very humbled. A very special thank you to Sherry St. Petrie. She's the one who nominated me. I've been in public education for over 40 years. In those 40 years, like I said, I've been in many different positions. But one thing I always said as a principal, and now a school board chair, extracurricular activities, whether it be band, chorus, drama, athletics, they are the best dropout prevention program that we have. And I've seen that time and time again. These students finding a home or finding a niche in a middle or high school is so very important. And when you talk to these students, they will tell you that. You know, I was principal of a large high school, about 2,000 students, and you saw these smaller learning communities. And I can tell you what, that's what made our school so great, so full of spirit, and we finally got to that A grade. One thing that I think that's very important, and this was a question that was asked, what if they want to cut the arts? Well, but one thing we are all doing is we want to make sure that our schools have what they need for extracurriculars. Now we know the most important thing is a teacher in the classroom, but these extracurriculars are so very important. One of the questions asked me to give me 2 or 3 examples of music and what it did for your schools. I was the principal of a middle school, and then when I went to high school, they brought a class that I started in the middle school, the first autistic class in middle schools, and they came to me at Sebastian River High School. So we were looking at their schedule. What could we do? So we had a mainstream class for chorus, and now I think it's drama. But these students paired up with a buddy, inclusion, and they gave a presentation, and it just showed you the connection that these students had with all the students in the school, and it was absolutely a wonderful experience. One other thing with band directors. The Midwest, we went to the Midwest in 2004, I believe it is. And I think at this concert now, you'll have my Texas Tech band directors who were at Sebastian River High School. You go to Sebastian River High School, then they go to college. It's like the feeding program for college educators in music. And that was a wonderful experience with Joel Gahn and our band director, Eric Allen. It was absolutely wonderful. More of a fun thing we started with Crown Jewel at Vero Beach High School. I said, you know what? Those band kids are there every time for a football team. In fact, they were a great defense when they got down there and that music started playing. But I decided to have the football team go to Crown Jewel. So they'd walk in their uniforms. I mean, you get the whole crowd standing, and it was really cool because we had the football team supporting the band. I think that when you think about schools, and you think about extracurricular, and you think about their experience, whether it be middle or high school, these students will tell you what was one factor that really helped you. And I think it will be whatever that activity was. A lot of research out there, as we know, with grade point average and students involved in band or chorus or athletics. It's just very important because they feel a connection. You know, I've had a great career. I'm still going. I know how important it is. I'm a firm believer in public education because we welcome everyone. We have a diverse population here in Indian River County. And I can tell you every day, and even still today as a school board member, I enjoyed going to work, and I hope that I made a difference. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Kimberly Annis, and I'm so honored to be here with you today. Before I tell you a little bit about myself, I would like to thank Pauline LaTorre and FMEA for nominating me for the Leadership in Music Education Award. I'm so honored to be considered for this recognition. Thank you also to Sandra Collins and the FMEA Awards Committee for selecting me as a recipient. I currently serve as the Instructional Facilitator for Music and Performing Arts for Broward County Public Schools. I would not be here today if it wasn't for my supervisor, Joe Lukauer, who had the vision to hire me for this position, serving the 6th largest school district in the nation. One of my goals in this position is to bridge the gap between the music office and the music teachers. I want the teachers to know that they are not alone, and the music office truly cares about them and their students. I actively and regularly communicate with teachers and school site administrators to assist with their needs so music teaching and learning can be more impactful and meaningful to our students. Throughout my career as a music educator, I've had a sincere interest to ensure that our students have a quality music education with as many advantages as possible. One story I would like to share is about a special needs student who had a difficult time finding his place in middle school. He was a quiet member of my middle school choir. He was very shy. He didn't have many friends, but chorus changed that for him. He recently reached out to me and shared videos of one of our performances and told me what great memories he had. Couldn't believe that it had been 6 years since then and he had so much fun. This is why we do what we do, to make an impact on our students. By winning this award, I am proud that my internal passion for music education has impacted our teachers enough so that they recognize the efforts that we all put in to better the lives and education of our students. During the pandemic, I coordinated and wrote hundreds of K-12 online music lessons during the year and a half that our teachers taught in the remote classrooms. In Broward County, the majority of students chose to learn online while the remaining students came back to the classroom. Our music teachers had a monumental task of completely changing how they taught music, and the teachers used many of these lessons. I am so proud of the achievement to bring teachers and administrators together to do what had never been done, keeping music programs across our district alive with remote learning and developing curriculum to support the remote efforts. There was no script to work from, but our passion kept us energized to develop a solution to the needs of our teachers and students at the time. As a winner of the Leadership in Music Education Award, I feel it is important to promote music education in the lives of our kids. If winning this award can show others that music is essential, then all the work is well worth it. Bringing attention to myself and my efforts is really bringing attention to the true heroes of our profession, the music teachers in the trenches who each day change lives. My own experience in music education has shaped who I am today. As a student, I found myself in many leadership roles, from attendance secretary, drum major, to even my TBS chapter president. Go Canes! Once I began my teaching career, I organized many regional and district-wide bands and orchestras and served the Broward Music Education Association as president, which eventually led to the position I'm in today, serving the music teachers and students of Broward County. Every time a teacher reaches out to me and asks for help, advice, or just to vent, I'm so happy to be able to be there for them. Music education is an important part of creating the whole child. Children who use what they learn by participating in music, incorporating in other aspects of their schooling. Every child has the right to self-expression, and who we are to say it is not important. There's one more group of people I would like to thank, and that is my family and friends that traveled here today. It means so much to have you here with me. Again, thank you to FMEA for this huge honor. Why do I believe in music education? Because it is the coolest thing on earth, and everyone needs to experience it.
My name is Jo Hagan, and I'm the president of Barefoot Accounting PA. I have two employees. Rebecca Roslin has been with me for probably 12 years now, and Debbie Hagan has been with me for about 3 years now. Becky has been not only my right hand, she's my right arm. I have been working with the Vocal Association for about 10 years and the Bandmasters Association for about 4 years. We do all of the background bookkeeping, accounting, anything that has to do with managing money, we take care of for them. Neil is the executive director of Florida Bandmasters Association. He and I have been working together for about 4 years. J. Mark Scott asked me to start working with the Vocal Association about 10 years ago. And we have worked together until he retired and I started working with Mike Dye. Personally, I noticed what music in middle schools and high schools can do for students because of my children. They were both involved with vocal, they were both involved with Allstate, and I watched their math scores increase dramatically as they became more musically involved in the world.
FMEA, I would like to thank you for this wonderful award to be accepted as part of the list of the Exemplary Model Program Award. This means a lot not just to me, but the steel pan community. This is the first time that a steel band program has been accepted as part of the list of exemplary model programs in the state of Florida. I would like to thank FMEA for the opportunities that they provided for me for my professional development. I would also like to dedicate this award to Dr. Eliminette, the inventor of the steel pan, who I met in 2017. In his words, he said, "Sean, you have to keep the steel pan alive in Florida," and that's been the driving force behind everything that I've been doing in the last several years since I met him. I would like to take a moment to thank Sinclair Balthazar of the New Generation Branches Steel Orchestra for adopting me into the steel band family and for allowing me to learn the pedagogy the traditional way. I would like to thank Edwin Anderson for just being a great friend and being an inspiration for teaching steel pan. I would like to thank Dr. Jared Allen for all of his inspiration and always being a voice for steel band in the state of Florida. I'd like to thank Tom Reynolds for selling me my first pan and for keeping all of my pans in tune. I'd like to thank the Virgin Islands Caribbean Association of Jacksonville for allowing me to be a part of their cultural activities that go on in Jacksonville. I would like to thank my early music teachers, Miss Bennett, Mr. Isabel, and Mr. Aldodds. I would also like to thank JU and UNF for educating me and helping me to get where I am today. And the last group of people I would like to thank are my students, because they're why I'm here. Thank you so much for this opportunity, FMEA. I really appreciate this, and I'm very honored to humbly accept this award. Thank you so much.
On behalf of the Gasparilla Music Foundation and our partners with the Hillsborough County School System, we are honored to accept the Exemplary Model Music Project Award in recognition of our Recycled Tunes program. This program is a true public-private partnership that would not be possible without the initiatives and dedication to children from Superintendent Addison Davis, K-5 Music Supervisor Tracy Lissy, and the rest of the administrative team. And most importantly, the teachers who go above and beyond to provide their students with a positive environment to learn. This partnership is also made possible by the countless volunteers, music store partners, instrument donors who support this program, and by our financial supporters who also believe in the tremendous benefits of early music education.
Our foundation was formed to produce a community-driven music festival in Tampa, the Gasparilla Music Festival, with the goal of showcasing the best musicians from Tampa Bay, throughout Florida, and beyond. Recycled Tunes was founded by the Gasparilla Music Foundation with the belief that music and arts education is a critical part of childhood development. Our job is to ensure that each child in Tampa Bay has access to a musical instrument and that teachers and schools are well supported.
Recycled Tunes is not only the icing on our cake, but they are the layer of our cake. We could not do what we do without them. Their support for our schools, students, teachers, family, community members is just unbelievable. Instruments like these, ukulele, electric guitars, amplifiers, speakers, PA systems, drums, you name it, whatever we need, they do their best to try to help us. They have really stepped up. We can now offer our elementary students incredible opportunities that our schools just normally don't provide for them. So we are just exceptionally grateful for our partnership with them.
I was proud to nominate the Gasparilla Music Foundation and its Recycled Tunes program for this award. We love being able to work side by side with them to ensure music education continues to thrive in all of our schools. Music teaches you culture, community, social skills, teamwork, and critical thinking. Music makes you a better student, and it definitely makes you a better person.
Thank you to FMEA for your support, and thank you to the real heroes of this award, the teachers and educators like Ernesta and Tracy, who make such a difference in our lives.